60% it was like we did telephonic interviews, because like there are some places like Jammu Kashmir or the Northeast where we couldn't go physically. There we did telephonic interviews, and 40% it was field surveys. And basically, so we have a very detailed questionnaire, like where.
Tell me about this. This is after the trust vote, right?
Like we
so
are
this
doing
is after that entire heated debate that happened with Rahul Gandhi and the Prime Minister. This is after that.
Yes, we do. Like it was a continuous process. Like we keep collecting samples. People go on the field. People do telephonic interviews. So it's a continuous process. So yes, it is after after that also we have collected a huge amount of samples.
Okay. So let's see what your continuous process has got to us. Let's get straight off the block. And the first state that we are going to talk about is Karnataka. We're going to start with the vote share of Karnataka. And here is what the Times Now ETG survey says. 44.60% to the NDA, 43.3% to Team India, 8.9% to the JDS, and 3.2% to the others. That is as far as the Karnataka vote share is concerned. Let me repeat, we've got 44%, so it's a neck and neck fight as far as the vote share is concerned. 44% with the NDA and 43% with Team India. What about the seats in Karnataka? You've got 18 to 20 going to the NDA, going to the BJP, 8 to 10 going to Team India, and JDS will be at about 1. Piyush, just to clarify, when you say NDA in Karnataka, that pretty much is just the BJP, right? So you're saying 18 to 20 to the BJP in Karnataka.
For India, it is just Congress there. But there's no other party. JDS is anyways not in alliance with any of the party.
All right, so it's...
Yes, it is.
Exactly, but JDS really doesn't seem to have improved their fortunes very much. They've got one seat here according to our projection, but very, very interesting. Let me introduce our guest also. JVC Sriram in fact, follows Karnataka very closely. We also have Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have A. Sarvanan, spokesperson of the DMK. Ravila Sridhar Reddy, senior leader of the BRS. Dr. Suman C. Raman, political analyst, and Lokesh Jindal. But before I come across to you, let me get to you the numbers for Andhra Pradesh as well. Here, it seems to be quite comfortable. And remember, Times Now ETG has been doing this survey. This is phase 3. In phase 3 also, Jagan Reddy seems to be very comfortably poised at 51.3%. That's what the YSRCP has. The TDP is at 36.2%. The Janasena, Pavan Kalyan's Janasena, is at 10%. And the rest of the NDA is at 1.3%. The other parties just mop up about 1% of the vote share. Now let's take a look at the seat share as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. When it comes to the seats of the 25 seats in the state, you've got YSRCP getting 24 to 25. The TDP is getting 0 to 1. Jansena doesn't manage to open its account, and the NDA is also at 0. That's as far as Andhra is concerned. So let me bring you in. Let me bring in our panel right now. JVC, first let me ask you about Karnataka, where in Karnataka, in comparison, let's take a look at the comparative numbers, Sanju Verma. In 2019, the NDA had got 25 out of 28 seats. Now, our poll result says that it's going to be getting about 18 to 20, and the Congress has upped its tally from 1 to 8 to 10. So almost a gain of 9 seats. The momentum of the assembly election is rubbing off on the Lok Sabha as well, because in 2019 it didn't happen. But in 2024 it may happen. Sanju Verma.
Very interesting numbers out there. I will just say this with due respect to your pollsters. If you look at the mandate given by the Karnataka electorate, and I'm talking of the last 3 Lok Sabha elections, 2009, 2014 and 2019. I remember that in 2013, for instance, in the Karnataka Assembly elections, the BJP had touched a low of just 40 seats. However, in 2014, despite a very dismal performance in the Assembly elections just 1 year prior to that, we managed to get 17 seats. In 2009, we got 19 seats. And in 2019, the tally burgeoned to 25 seats, as you said. The limited point I'm making is that while the Congress seems to have prima facie gained on the back of the momentum that it has managed to recoup in the assembly elections that concluded a few months back. That said, 7 months or 8 months or 9 months is a long time in politics. You always say even a week is a long time in politics, Padmaja. So I think this 18 to 20 number that you're giving to the BJP on the back of a 44.6% vote share, I think this number will easily cross the 20 mark. And I say that on the back of our past track record, notwithstanding what your pollsters have said. And if you notice one very interesting thing, the difference in vote share is very marginal, Padmaja. 44.6 for the BJP, 43.3 for the Congress. So barely 2.5-3% difference in vote share. And I can say with confidence when it comes to translating vote share into winnable votes, the BJP's track record is commendable, especially in a state like Karnataka.
It's interesting that you bring up the vote share because now I want to do a comparison of the vote share from 2019 to our projections in Karnataka. While right now the vote share for Congress and BJP may be very neck and neck, but look at how much the Congress has grown. In 2019, they were at 32.2%, and according to our projection, now in Karnataka, their vote share, JVC, has ballooned to 43.3%, which means that they have gained about 11%. Do you think this is on the back of the JDS voters pretty much making up their mind that their alternative is the Congress? JDS is now defunct.
Yeah, it looks like that. There are two things which we have to look at it. One is certainly the JDS voters moving away. And number two is we need to also look at how much of a Lingayats are still with Congress, because we also found during the assembly elections that a significant portion of Lingayat vote, particularly in Kittur Karnataka and Madhya Karnataka, had shifted to Congress. Otherwise, they would not have performed the way in which they performed. So it is JDS plus the Lingayat vote, which is what I'm looking at. But still, there are 7 more months to go, and Karnataka had always voted for BJP in the Lok Sabha election. And I think from the earlier opinion poll that you had showcased to today, I see a marginal increase in the vote share as far as BJP is concerned. Correct me if I'm wrong, which happened a few weeks back. So I think the anti-incumbency against the Siddaramaiah government, the fact that they are not able to pursue development work, all those are probably, this still is a honeymoon period. So we need to wait and watch. Certainly, Congress is performing
Let's ask
better as of today.
In phase 2 of your poll and phase 3, have you seen the BJP's vote share for the Lok Sabha, the projected vote share go up?
Yes. We have, we got that BJP is gaining now 2% from our phase 1 to, from phase 2 to phase 3. In fact, in our phase 1 also, BJP was trailing in vote shares. But in phase 3, we got a BJP higher because that was, when we did the survey, it was during the assembly election. So there will be some effect of that.
Dr. Suman Siraman. So the calculation of Sanju Verma would be that if within a month there is an increase of 2%, in the next 7 months they are going to make up 14%.
No, Padmaja. See, this is
So they'll be hoping.
Vote share. I see this vote share as looking quite reasonable. Why? Because it's the Modi effect that is dragging the BJP up by 6 percentage points. They got 38% in the assembly, and now they're dragged up to 44%, and that's the Modi effect. We know that that's going to happen in state after state. When he is on the ticket, obviously the BJP does better. The point is, are they doing as well as they did last time? The answer clearly is no, for a variety of reasons. And I think that barring 1 or 2 states across the country, maybe in Uttar Pradesh or Gujarat, I expect to see this pattern where the vote share of the BJP, which was, above 50% in many of the states last time, particularly even in the Hindi heartland, starts to drift down to the early to mid 40s, which is still actually a good vote share, but it's not enough to give them the kind of sweep. So this 18 to 20 is probably what I would hazard a guess, but it's quite likely that it could become even, a 15 to 17 kind of a thing, with the Congress going up to 12 to 13. So the point really is, in Karnataka, there's also the issue of what the JDS is going to do. They are now batting for the BJP for all practical purposes. So is there going to be some kind of an underhand alliance or what? We don't know. So there may be that influence in the old Mysore area, which could swing a handful of maybe 2 or 3 seats. But by and large, this seems to be a very reasonable projection for Karnataka.
Okay, a quick comment.
Today.
Okay, let's go through all of the states quickly and then we'll talk about the overall picture. A quick word, JVC, on the Andhra numbers. Any surprises that Jagan Reddy is very, very comfortable, and any surprises then that the BJP is holding back from really forming an alliance with the TDP, which has been quoting it aggressively?
I think what BJP is doing is absolutely correct, according to my point, because if the BJP joins with Chandrababu Naidu, they're actually strengthening him. Otherwise, I think Jagan could even sweep 25 out of 25. He may not do so well in assembly. There could be a loss of seats. But for all you know, 23, 24, 25 is the range which we are looking for Jagan Mohan Reddy. And BJP would definitely score only a 0 as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Congress is not a player there. And Chandrababu Naidu, I think it makes more sense for BJP to wait for Chandrababu Naidu and TDP to get eliminated from the picture and then mount their challenge in the future elections than to go and have an alliance with Chandrababu Naidu at this point in time. That is my probably point of view.
With due respect.
So Sanju Verma, has the BJP given up on doing any real expansion in Andhra Pradesh? I'll just come to you, Dr. Suman Seerawat. Yes, Sanju Verma.
Padmaja, I just want to say very quickly, I will answer on Andhra Pradesh. Just in 30 seconds, I want to tell you, since Karnataka is where the BJP has the biggest stake within southern India, I just want to say that in 2013, if you remember, the Congress won just 9 Lok Sabha seats. But they improved that tally from 6 to 9. So from 2009 to 2014 Lok Sabha elections, there was a 50% increase in Congress's tally from 6 seats to 9 seats. So you might want to say, oh, inko 9 seats mili hai, 50% jump. But the thing is that when it comes to absolute numbers, remember one thing, Padmaja, that in the last 3 Lok Sabha elections, from Karnataka, Congress's highest number of seats has been 9. And the BJP's highest number of seats has been 25. So let's not even make a comparison. Congress's best is 9, BJP's best from Karnataka is 25, and the Congress, even with a 41% vote share in Lok Sabha elections, in the last 3 Lok Sabha elections, has never managed to go beyond 9 seats. That is the beauty of BJP converting vote share into seats, and the Congress unable to do so.
Sure, but then Lokesh Jindal could argue that that was a different Congress. It also was not a Congress which has won a record number of seats in the same state. Lokesh Jindal, quick response. I really want to go across to Telangana.
Padmaja, if you look at the tenure of BJP in the preceding assembly time, we see that BJP, it reduced the social sector spending, and despite this, Karnataka today is under debt to the tune of 5.35 lakh crore. The point is the manner in which BJP resorted to putting all the states under debt. It had spiraled the inflation, and that is pinching the voters now. If you look at the voting, the sentiment of the voters, now they want an alternative to the BJP. They have done enough. Because from the last 5 years, there has been a constant trend towards inflation. Social sector spending has been reducing. And this was one of the major reasons why there was a regime change this time in Karnataka, and the momentum will carry on. It will strengthen in time to come. So whatever you have projected, yes, Congress is going to gain more and more.
You think the momentum would carry, but there are skeptics who could say that the momentum could turn against you, because already the government has said we don't really have the money to fulfill all of our promises right now.
Padmaja, in fact, there are various sectors where the center is directly involved, especially the agriculture. I mean, the cost and the committee which decides upon MSP as well as all other forms of subsidies, they are centrally controlled, and the voters are well aware about it. The center is yet to come out with some form of a timely response. It is faltered on the health,
version the voters are going to buy. I really want to go across to Telangana now. Okay, let's get the Telangana numbers. We've got the vote share for Telangana first up. BRS is at 38.4%. The NDA is at 24.3%. Team India is at 29.9% and the others are at 7.4%. What happens when we comes to the seats? So BRS is at 9 to 11. Now remember, we've got last time the BJP had its best performance where they had managed to get 4 seats, including that of K. Kavita herself. This time around, our projection shows that they are at 2 to 3. Team India is at 3 to 4 and others get 1 seat. Piyush, would it be fair to say, let me actually, as we pull up the comparison in the seats on the screen, would it be fair to say that the Congress is gaining at the cost of the BJP, Piyush?
Yes, true, because like we have seen our phase 1 and phase 2 where BJP was little ahead, but now Congress again gaining because we have seen all the jumping from and also we have seen that one is jumping from BJP to Congress, and also that if you have seen that Congress is much more active like in the Telangana than BJP. Previously BJP was quite active. Now Congress has picked up and it's quite active there. So we have seen the rise in the seat share as well as vote share.
Sanju Verma, that should that worry you? The Congress, especially in the south. See, there seems to be a strategy here where the Congress has decided that look, the Hindi heartland is some place where the Yogi Modi combine holds sway. These 130 seats is where we can really hamstring the BJP. This is your Achilles heel.
See, Padmaja, let's be very clear. There's no doubt about the fact that the BRS is in pole position when it comes to Telangana. And you have given us 2 to 3 seats versus the 4 that we got last time. But I'm very surprised and it's heartening to know that what you projected in terms of vote share is that our vote share goes up from 19.7 to 24.3%, and we are neck to neck with the Congress, for whom you projected a vote share of 29.9. I will simply say this, that if you're giving us a substantive increase in vote share, then for you to in the same breath say that the Congress has gained at the expense of BJP, I think may not be absolutely correct, because जब Gujarat में BJP is in pole position and an Aam Aadmi party even manages to get 5 seats, you never say that the Aam Aadmi party has gained at the expense of the Congress. You say Aam Aadmi party has gained at the expense of the BJP, despite the BJP winning a record 156 seats. So the expense at whom the Congress has managed to increase its vote share and numbers is clearly the BRS, because BRS in various debates has been saying पिछली बार हमको 9 सीटें मिली थी, इस बार तो हमको 13, 14 या 15 सीटें मिलेंगी. So where is that 14, 15 seats that the BRS has been throwing about? Because with a 38.4% vote share, I would have ideally imagined the BRS to get at least 14 to 15 seats, Padmaja, not the range of 9 to 11 that you have given me, with no offense to none.
Okay, go on, Mr. Reddy, respond. For a change, Sanju Verma is actually saying you should get 14 to 15. She's thrown you a challenge, Mr. Reddy. She expects you to get 14 to 15.
I'm happy and I welcome the statement of Sanjuji that, we will be getting 14 to 15. We will be getting 16 seats, Sanjuji, not 14, 15. Congress and BJP has no space. BJP, they have lost, they will be losing it very badly, because in the last, 9 years rather, after the formation of Telangana state, the union government has disappointed the state very badly. Number one, they have not honored any bifurcation promises. We were time and again repeatedly was saying. And after that, there was no support to any of our flagship programs in the state, right from irrigation, power, our education sector, our agriculture, anything it is. And at least even a flood relief fund, they could not give us, while they were, giving all those kind of funds to additional support to the BJP ruling states. Number 3, and their MPs are non-performers. They got 4 seats, and you have one union minister and no support to the state. They could not create any impact. And having lost Karnataka also, it is clear BJP has no space in South. And you can see even in Andhra Pradesh, there is no space. And even today, having 4 MPs after 4 decades of
Let me ask you this, sir. For you, who's a bigger adversary in Telangana? Is it the Congress or is it the BJP? Because both are coming at you and both are coming at you hard. Who's a bigger adversary for you right now?
At this point in time, BJP is completely out of the race in the state of Telangana, and having, got the power in Karnataka, Congress is doing some activity, but that is not in a position to impact us electorally. So I am very clear, we will be gaining 16 seats out of 17, One could be AIMM having their strong base in, and these two parties, number might be anything, some 28%, 26%. Today we are in the month of, August, and we have enough time to wipe these two parties out of our state. Any which way, we have assembly elections in 2023, December. So we will see. We will definitely see how the election outcome in assembly elections.
Some activity is interesting because you are also doing some activity against the Congress. Revant Reddy just today has been booked for allegedly threatening a policeman yesterday. So both activities are happening from both sides. Lokesh,
Padmaja, what do you expect the government to do? Leave him without any case and so on? He was threatening the police officers that, we will write your names in the red book. His guru Chandrababu says the same thing. He's also saying the same thing that, we will write the names of the police officers in the red book and we will punish them once we come into the government.
Mr. Reddy, I have lost count of the number of times. I have lost count of the number of times that the TPCC President Revant Reddy has been booked and picked up by our government. So every third month he is booked for something or the other. But anyhow, I think maybe it's an indication of.
We picked him up in two cases. One, in a vote for note case. Second, he was doing spying without, on somebody. That was a different case altogether. Today he was threatening. So the police officers had filed a case. It is morally disturbing them. It is against the law. I mean, the government cannot keep quiet if somebody is breaking the law. So both Congress and BJP, they don't have space in our state. It's very clear.
Okay, before Lokesh Jindal responds, I want to bring in JVC. JVC, what do you make of the BRS seeing the Congress as a more potent threat than the BJP?
See, I think if they look at the 2018 elections, assembly election, BJP just won one seat, but then conquered 4 in the Lok Sabha elections. So at this point in time, there has been a change of guard. Kishan Reddy has just taken over as the president of the BJP. So by the time you had conducted this survey, there was a lot of discontent because of the change in leadership, lack of communication. But now it's settling down. I'm sure BJP would give a bigger fight to BRS than that of the Congress. I would not be surprised if BJP comes to second position, because Congress, for all its worth in GHMC election, they were left with, say, hardly single-digit percentage votes. BJP and TRS, both of them got 34%. And BJP won 48 seats GHMC elections. So Telangana is a state where action picks up very late. See, I live in Hyderabad, and I can tell you, unfortunately, we wake up a little late. Late Latif used to call. So nothing wrong in it, but the point is that the momentum picks up a little late in Telangana, and it would definitely pick up for BJP. And I'm seeing a better number from the numbers which you are projecting. Now, not probably 7, 8 and all, I wouldn't say. Around 4 to 5 seats is possible.
Off the top of your head, if you're saying that they'll better their tally, I'll just come to Mr. Reddy. Let's talk specifics. JVC, if you're saying you've just been in Hyderabad, off the top of your head, name me 5 to 6 seats where you think they stand a chance. Let's talk specifics.
No, they definitely stand a chance in Secunderabad. I would say Mahbubnagar is another place where they would stand a chance. Nizamabad, definitely they're winning. I expect a change of guard as far as Adilabad is concerned. I also expect a better candidature selection as far as Malkajgiri is concerned. And if that is done, and those are the seats which they are eyeing, I think they're very clear about, BJP would be very clear about what are the seats that they are eyeing. Secunderabad is 1, Nizamabad is another, Adilabad is 3rd, Karimnagar is 4th, Malkajgiri is 5, and Mahbubnagar is 6. These are the 6 seats which I can give at the top of my mind. It is coming, and I can say in these 6 seats, BJP will definitely give a fight.
6 specific seats given by JVC.
See, after 48 seats, after they won in the GHMC elections, immediately after that, there was a graduate MLC election, which BJP lost the sitting seat in the same territory where you have Mahbubnagar, Rangareddy and Hyderabad, which is a bigger territory. So you need to understand the mood of the people, number 1. Number 2, I am telling you from this forum now, Mr. Kishan Reddy himself will lose Secunderabad seat this time. Okay, and people clearly understood these 4 MPs are non-performers. Congress might have not a chance to do anything for Telangana state. What have you done, Mr. Kishan Reddy, Dharmapuri Arvind, and you say that Mr. Bandi Sanjay, who was just removed from the presidential post, he's a big youth icon and all that. My friend has not picked up his name at all. So it is clear, BJP is not at all in the race in Telangana state. Congress is just doing an activity because there was some,
Okay, I think it's fair that Sanju Verma respond to it. Then I really want to bring in the Congress as well. Sanju Verma, quickly respond.
Padmaja, because you have the entire opposition and it's always BJP versus all. I just want to say one thing. We increased our tally in the GHMC election from 4 to 48. It was a 4-time jump. And the BRS, which was then known as the TRS, your seat tally came down from 99 to 55, which was a 44% fall. After that, the BJP won the Dubakka Assembly Constituency poll. We won the Huzurabad Assembly Constituency poll. We lost in Munugonde poll by a very thin margin. And let me tell you, Dubakka, Huzurabad have been traditional TRS/BRS bastions. And I just want to tell one thing to Ravula Reddy. You refuse to implement PM Kisan scheme in Telangana. You refuse to implement PM Awas Yojana in Telangana. You refuse to implement Ayushman Bharat scheme. And do you know something? Your biggest promise of 2018 that you will give 3 acres land free to every Dalit family and give them a 2 BHK house. That 2018 promise of yours has been unfulfilled. And given that Dalits form a strong component of the Telangana electorate, how will you face your Dalit voters whom you did not give that promised 3 acres of land? You're sitting and giving compulsion to the BJP. Did you give 3 acres of land which you promised? Did you give us 2 acres?
Okay, before you respond. Okay, respond, Mr. Reddy.
Padmaja, Sanjuji is asking me what we have done. What we have done, people of Telangana knows. I am asking you, how will you protect the Dalit votes? Today, it's not about the question of votes. We wanted to uplift these sections. So our Chief Minister, Shri KCR, has, introduced Dalit Bandhu scheme, which is not there in the entire country. We will give rupees 10 lakhs to every family in Telangana state for, making them businessmen. They are not going to be job seekers now.
Okay. This is not an election speech, sir. You can please go and both of you can go and give your schemes.
Finally, 10 seconds. See, almost every scheme.
Only 10 seconds, please, because I really must go across to Mr. Saravanan and Tamil Nadu.
She was asking me, but finally, BJP, as a party in the central government, not even one promise during bifurcation was made. Railway coach factory, Bayaram steel factory, tribal university, horticultural university, and funds to any other flagship program, defense counter, nothing has been done. How can you come and even ask vote in Telangana? Why should they will vote for you?
Both of you put out a white paper and then we will do phase 4 of our survey to see how the voters react to both of your claims. Okay, but Mr. Saravanan, Mr. Reddy, Mr. Saravanan has been waiting very patiently. If I make him wait any longer, he will get very upset and I can't afford to because I'm in his lovely state right now. So let me go across now to the Tamil Nadu numbers. But before that, last word about Telangana, Lokesh Jindal and Sumansi Raman, I want to play out for you what Ms. Kavita said yesterday. Not just about the Congress, but about Rahul Gandhi. Listen to her.
राहुल गांधी जी है, उन्होंने नया यात्रा निकाले, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा. मुझे क्या लग रहा मालूम, जो 1000 चूहों को मार के एक बिल्ली हज यात्रा को निकलती, वैसा है राहुल गांधी जी का. अरे आजादी आने के बाद 62 इयर्स कांग्रेस का हुकूमत चला इस मुल्क में. क्या करें आप मुसलमानों के लिए, क्या करें आप गरीबों के लिए? गरीबी हटाओ बोल के बोलते रहे, गरीबों को हटाए, गरीबी नहीं हटाए आप. लेकिन तेलंगाना में 10 साल में जो इंकलाब केसीआर साहब लेके आए, देश में कहीं और नहीं हुआ.
Lokesh Jindal, even as Mr. Gandhi is meeting the Garib population, Kavita is saying that गरीबी के बारे में बात करना is like 100 चूहे खा करके राहुल गांधी हज के लिए जा रहे हैं.
She is in her own la la land. We already know that now YS Sharmila is likely to merge YSR Telangana party with the Congress. And the strength of the Congress is increasing in Telangana. It's becoming, yes, that's going to be there in time to come. You'll soon hear it that by today or tomorrow, we will have YS Sharmila merging YSR Telangana party with the Congress. In fact, decks are all clear about it. And now the point is, if you look at 2019 elections, Padmaja, you look at Congress performance, whether it is South, Eastern,
Mr.
Madhya
Reddy, do you
Pradesh,
know
Eastern
about this? Why
Maharashtra.
Sharmila is going to merge her party with the Congress?
YS Sharmila party joining
Mr. Reddy, are you sure of this?
No.
What all is going on under your nose?
There were a lot of discussions, going around. I don't know. There were news, but and Lokesh Jindal claiming that YS Sharmila joining Congress party will strengthen is a big joke of the day. Okay, I mean, let me enjoy that. Please, you be in the daydreams of that. What sort of party have you become, Lokesh Jindal? YS Sharmila is nobody to Telangana. She's a non-entity, and you say that she will strengthen Congress party. I am sorry. I pity on you guys.
Sir, let the voters
Okay,
decide
very quickly,
that.
let's go across now to Tamil Nadu. We are starting with the Tamil Nadu vote share. Tamil Nadu vote share. Okay, voters will decide that. Tamil Nadu vote share. We have got Tamil Nadu vote share 33.5% to the DMK, 15.6% to the Congress. AIADMK is at 17.3% and the BJP is at 8.9%. What must be noted over here is that together the DMK and the Congress are almost close to the 50% mark when it comes to the vote share, because you've got about 49 point something percent, pardon my math, with the alliance, with the DMK Congress alliance. What happens to the seats? You've got 39 big chunk of seats. The largest among the southern states comes from Tamil Nadu, 39 here plus one Puducherry. Of these 39, our projection says that Congress and DMK together are going to get about 34 seats and AIADMK and BJP together are going to get 4 to 8 seats. Others will get about 2 seats, if that. So now let's take a look at the comparison. The comparison when it comes to the vote share. Last time you had the NDA at 27.9% vote share. This time they have retained their vote share, whereas Team India has actually increased their vote share from 53% to 57%. So first reaction from Mr. Saravanan, because if we take a look at the breakup of AIADMK, DMK, Congress and BJP, the DMK is getting 24 seats, the Congress is getting about 11 seats, the AIADMK gets 8 seats and the BJP gets just about 1. First reaction, Mr. Saravanan.
Yeah, see, Padmaja, 2024 elections is about the soul of India. At least people of Tamil Nadu are aware that voting for BJP is a disaster for the very idea of India. That is why in 2014, when there was a huge Modi wave, they completely went with ADMK. And in 2019, they completely went with our party DMK. Now they know we are the only party which can oppose the ideology of the BJP. And mostly the credit should go to our leader, the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, for putting up this Dravidian ideology, Dravidian model of governance, which can be contrasted with the Gujarat model of governance or that of any other model, whatever the BJP wants to name it. The BJP's model is only about cronyism, whereas the Dravidian model says everything for everybody, and we were able to do that. And one of the important reasons for the Congress to have pull off a spectacular victory in Karnataka is because they took some of these Dravidian ideologies and implemented in their poll promises. In Karnataka, they said free bus rides for all the women, 2,000 rupee grant for all the women. This has already been implemented in the state of Tamil Nadu. And the Prime Minister, when these things are happening, the Prime Minister goes hammer and tongs against Revdi culture, forgetting the fact that he is writing off all the loans and giving a corporate tax waiver, almost around 7% for all of the corporate cronies. This is what the people of Tamil Nadu clearly understands. And this is going to be replicated across the country. The Prime Minister, let us look at what happened in 2022 and 2023 now. The Prime Minister's, let me finish, Padmaja, this one. See, the Prime Minister's speech at the Red Fort was so insipid. He said, change this thing, you hoist a flag and you put selfies and all. But the response was very poor. It was unlike the earlier years. So the decline is all there to see. That apart,
okay, let's stick to Tamil Nadu right now.
Look at the way Mr. Rahul Gandhi is marching ahead.
Verma, given how much focus you are putting on Tamil Nadu, despite that, the DMK and Congress have bettered their vote share. Let's just take comments from everyone, Mr. Saravanan. I'll come back to you. They have bettered their vote share, the DMK and the Congress.
Wow. Padmaja, and now I'm not being sarcastic, but each time you have to give credit to the opposition, you decide whether the vote share metric will work or the number of seats. Now you say that in Tamil Nadu, we should clap for the fact that the DMK and Congress have increased their vote share. I respect you a lot, but I will now point out, Padmaja, pardon me, your hypocrisy. Last time, because I failed to get a hold of a better word, so please pardon me, very humbly I would like to say, last time the DMK plus Congress vote share was 53.53%. And how many seats did they get? 39. And this time, despite increasing vote share from 53.3 to 57.2, DMK plus Congress, instead of getting 39 seats, will get 30 to 34 seats. So I would like to say that if your tally is falling from 39 to a best case scenario of 34, the DMK should do some introspection. Is it the Annamalai magic which is working? And if the BJP and AIA DMK together will get between 0 to 4 or even 0 to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 seats at the most, that is a huge achievement, because last time in Lok Sabha 2019, the BJP and AIA DMK were at 0 despite a 26% plus combined vote share. So the BJP has everything to gain, the DMK and Congress have everything to lose despite higher vote share. That is the story of Tamil Nadu.
Fair point. Respond to this, Mr. Saravanan. And it is a fact that right now both the BJP and the AIADMK have zero representation in the Lok Sabha. From there they are going up to a total of 9. 9 out of 39.
See, Padmaja, it's not going to happen. Last time we won 39 seats. This time we will win 40 seats. This is because of the fact that we are in governance and we are able to deliver the promises. There is this feel-good factor on the ground. We were able to ensure, especially the women, we were able to target the women folk and we were able to deliver the promises and the welfare measures. Whatever we have done so far is already made a huge change, and in the next 5 to 10 years, this will make a revolution when it comes to women, whether it be women's education or women's
you would agree, hold on a second, you would agree that in the last elections also, your vote share went down. Despite the fact that you had anti-incumbency working for you, the vote share of the DMK actually went down. And this time, you are coming on the back of 3 years of anti-incumbency at the state.
See, that's what, that is why I said that, Pachima, there is no anti-incumbency. People of Tamil Nadu want what is happening here in the state to happen at the center. That is why I am saying they'll vote. And look at that. The last time we said Mr. Rahul Gandhi, our chief minister declared Mr. Rahul Gandhi as the prime minister. Now look where Mr. Rahul Gandhi is. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the most popular leader across the country now. If you look at, compare the social media engagements, the YouTube views, he is getting more views than the prime minister. When there was this debate in the parliament. So that will also have an impact here in the state of Tamil Nadu. And the anti-people policies of the BJP.
That's debatable, but that's a debate for a different day.
The people. They're not debatable, Padmaja. It is on hard facts.
Okay, so you're saying there is no anti-incumbency for the DMK, but there's great anti-incumbency for the Modi government.
Hard facts.
All right. Quick response, Sumansi Raman and then JVC. Sumansi Raman, then JVC.
First of all, this, either the vote share or the seat share is wrong. If there is a 25% difference or close to 30% difference, there is no way that NDA can get 4 to 8 seats. So one of them is wrong. My thinking is it is probably the vote share is a little on the higher side. It may be closer to 52, 53, which they got last time, but they will sweep the majority of the seats. Second,
let's clear it with Piyush. Piyush, what do you make of this? Mr. Sumansi, hold on a second. Dr. Sumansi Raman is raising questions about the vote share versus seat share. Can you quickly clarify that, please?
Yeah, true, ma'am. So one thing is this, like we have given the vote share for India. It's not just the DMK plus Congress. So in Tamil Nadu, there are 5 or 6 party, KM, DMK, some like VFK. So there are VFM. So there are some 6 to 7 parties. They have come in the alliance. It's not just the DMK and all, DMK plus Congress. So that is why we have got more vote share for the India. That's a India vote share, not just UPA vote share.
Okay. Now, Dr. Sumansi Raman.
Okay, the point really is, Padmaja, that there is no anti-incumbency is completely incorrect. There is anti-incumbency. The point is, on the NDA side, Mr. Annamalai is out to wreck the alliance. I mean, and it's bizarre because he says if there is an alliance with the AIDMK, I will resign. So So how do you expect such an alliance where he has called Jayalalitha name? How do you expect the AIDMK to transfer their vote to BJP? So I think
that is not true actually, because I just spoke to him yesterday and he said very clearly that we are going to fight it together. I don't think that's true at all, because on record he has said that AIDMK and BJP are going to fight it together, and this is going to be a seat sharing that happens.
Earlier, you have not seen his statements earlier. He has been told by the High Command to.
I have seen his statements.
He probably responded to you. One point. Look, there is so much of bad blood on the ground, especially after what he said about Ms. Jayalalitha, that the AIADMK average voter would certainly think twice about voting for BJP, which would not have been the case at all earlier. They did have a chance of getting 8 to 10 seats in the maybe even 6 months ago. Now they seem to be gifting this election to the DMK on a platter, despite the fact that there is anti-incumbency. They are gift wrapping this Lok Sabha election in Tamil Nadu to the DMK. I expect that the DMK should win at least 34-35
JVC,
comfortably.
Do you think that this is an alliance of contradiction?
No, I think it was. Yes. It was. What Dr. Sumantraman says was probably right a few months back. As Mr. Annamalai has rightly told you, in fact, right now there is no bad blood. I think for Edappadi Palaniswamy also, this election is a very, very important and crucial election. It is a very big election for Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy, like how it was for Jayalalitha in 1998. I can see BJP gaining ground. It is no more a 2%, 3% party. Your tracker itself shows around 9%. BJP is gaining ground in the southern part of Tamil Nadu, and AIDMK is gaining ground in the Kongu region. Now, this is how it is shaping up. So as a result of which, 4 to 8 seats, I would go to the extent of saying 8 to 10 seats is possible if the alliance works properly on the ground. At that point in time, candidate selection becomes very important, both from AIADMK and the BJP side. And there is anti-incumbency against DMK government. If they say there is no anti-incumbency, I'm extremely sorry. It is there. Yes, the women bus scheme is being appreciated by women. At the same time, auto drivers are cribbing, taxi drivers are cribbing. There are auto drivers who are saying that women are taking up this bus route for every 10 kilometers and then going into the other next bus. Such kind of things are happening. Law and order, there are issues. There are various issues which are being there, and there are women, because they came to power saying that we will give 1,000 rupees to every woman. Now they have a qualification.
Respond, Mr. Saravanan. There is anti-incumbency and also something that a lot of people don't talk about, the issue of the TASMAC shops. The fact that there are people who are worried that you had promised prohibition, it has not happened. If anything, the TASMAC sales are going up with every successive year. There is rampant alcoholism, and this is a very real problem in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Saravanan.
See, Padmaja, they're talking about the law and order situation. Tamil Nadu is a haven of peace. See, it is not like Haryana. It is not like Gujarat in 2002. We will never go there, because we are a state where harmony is very important. Harmony is the backbone of the state of Tamil Nadu. See, when it comes to prohibition, our promise is that in this 2003, we will step by step, we will reduce it. And we have last month, we have closed around 500 shops. So it will go on. That is not the whole issue. The issue is this. How are we going to address so many problems that are facing the common man? For example, the petrol diesel price, the LPG cylinder price, it was 400 rupees when BJP took over in 2014. Now it is 1,400 rupees. Who is responsible for this price rise? The BJP government is responsible. The petrol diesel price, 60 rupees. It was in 2014. Now it is at 100 rupees. Who is responsible for this? The common man is very well aware of this. And the GST.
South Tamil Nadu is going to be a problem for you, especially the Kongu region from where Annamalai himself hails. And the AIDMK and BJP have managed to patch up their differences. Both of them did come to Delhi. They met with the central leadership, and now they are working, and the seat sharing is going to be worked out.
The alliance of the ADMK and the BJP cannot ever dream to win any election, because the cadres of the ADMK are opposed to any kind of alliance with the BJP. The ADMK leaders are in alliance with the BJP only because of the corruption charges against them. The moment they step out of the alliance, ED will catch hold of all the ex-ministers of the ADMK. All of them will be behind the bars. That is the only reason why this alliance is sticking on. not because of any
Okay, let's not talk about the
ideological.
alignment. Sanju Verma.
Padmaja, thank you. Padmaja, very quickly I want to make two very important points. First and foremost, a lot is being spoken about how the AIADMK BJP alliance is in tatters. I want to remind Mr. Sarvana that in the 2021 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections, out of 234 seats, Padmaja, we all know that the DMK parted with only 25 seats. It gave only 10.68% of the total number of assembly seats to the Congress to contest from. That is how much you trust Rahul Gandhi. You did not even give him 20%. You gave him only 10.68% of the 234 seats that went to polls in 2021. I want to ask another very important thing to Mr. Sarvana. Each time you talk about your alliance with Rahul Gandhi and how strong you two are, tell me one thing. Will Manikam Tagore, the Congress MP, will he forego his seat from Virudanagar in favor of the DMK? Will Kanni Modi of the DMK forego her seat from Thoothukudi for the Congress? Will Karti Chidambaram forego his seat from Sivaganga in favor of somebody from the DMK? Will Mr. A. Raja of the DMK forego his seat from the Nilgiris in favor of somebody from the Congress? You do not even give your alliance partner 15 to 20% seat to contest in an assembly election, and you are sitting here and giving a bhashan on the eloquence of your alliance with the Congress party. You are hallucinating. Mungeri Lal ke haseen sapne dekhna band karo. And as far as law and order is concerned, I remember with Padmaja Joshi, that was perhaps the only show and the only channel, the Lavanya suicide case of a 17-year-old who was being forced to convert to Christianity. And Sarvana, I was on a debate with you in 2021. You refused to even admit. Finally, that case went to the CBI. So stop having that silly smirk on your face. And don't give down on law and order.
All right. Will all of these seats be given up for your alliance partners? Go on. With a resurgent Congress, will you give up all of your seats?
Padmaja, can I respond? Padmaja, I don't know. How illogical is this? Why will anybody give up their seats? It's like an alliance in 2024 will be decided on the ground situation. Nobody's seat is permanently fixed, that they will be contesting from here, contesting from there. What kind of a logic is this? He will give that seat there. Nobody is going to give any of those seats. We know how to stitch an alliance. From 1967, we are a party of rainbow alliances, rainbow coalitions. So we know the trick. We know how to handle the alliance partners.
Of course.
So let her not worry about that. Let her worry about running the country. Let her worry about the rising price rise, which is going to be the biggest problem for the BJP. Let her forget about all the alliances. You are not able to control the price rise, the food price, the inflation. The food inflation is higher in the month of July.
Well, it will be very difficult to forget about seat sharing, because I suspect that is pretty much going to be on the minds of everyone who meets in Mumbai on the 30th of this month and the 1st of September. That's when the next meeting of Team India is going to take place. But interesting times. This is just phase 3 of the Times Now ETG poll. Piyush and I will be back very, very soon, but don't go anywhere. Thanks very much, gentlemen. Sanju Verma for joining me. Don't go anywhere, because in just a minute, Navita Kumar is going to be coming up with the big numbers from the Hindi heartland. Who is UP going to vote for? What about that crucial block of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra? Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching.
When journalism is led by integrity, and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth, and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Mamita Vadva. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिखा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it, and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times now, action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now I'm just few meters away from Pakistani force which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive, and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna,
and Pranesh
at 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The news on at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one of the moment.
Weeks ahead of India Alliance's next meeting, Congress leader Alka Lamba says Congress will contest in all 7 Lok Sabha seats in Delhi. Congress holds an emergency meeting and distances from Alka Lamba's claim. Congress leader Deepak Babaria says no official decision has been taken on seat sharing in Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party Saurabh Bharadwaj reacts to Congress leader Alka Lamba's statement that when India will sit over discussion, then the picture will be clearer. The Political Affairs Committee will hold a separate discussion on it, is what Aam Aadmi Party says. TMC student wing spearheads protest at Jadavpur University over alleged ragging death case. New District Court in Haryana sends Bittu Bajrangi to one-day police custody. He was arrested by the new police after a case was registered against him and 15 to 20.
When journalism is led by integrity And when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth, and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Amita Wadhwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now. Action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now, I'm just few meters away from Pakistani post which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times Now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna.
And Pranesh.
At 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity, and when experience meets...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Till date, no Prime Minister outside the Gandhi-Nehru Parivar has been voted to power for a third consecutive term. Will 2024 be the game changer? Prime Minister Narendra Modi has roared already from the ramparts of the Red Fort. मैं अगले साल फिर आऊंगा. But can the special 26 under the umbrella of India halt the Modi magic? ETG Times Now poll survey gets you accurate, in-depth and precise projections for the 2024 war. Over the next 1 hour, we will answer, will BJP's Hindi heartland domination remain intact? Will there be winds of change in Western India, bastions of the BJP? Can Mamata Banerjee stop the lotus from blooming in Bengal? And did BJP's Look East policy really work for them? First, let's tell you about the basis and the methodology of these projections. Sample size for this survey is around 1,10,662 people who have responded. The margin of error is about plus minus 3%. The survey is conducted via telephonic as well as door-to-door visits between the 15th of June to the 12th of August. So it is a big spread that we are taking into account, and the big spread of time along with the kind of respondents we have, it could be the most efficient surveys that you've seen in a long time. Let me introduce the panel coming up tonight on the News Hour, and on this survey of ETG research with Times Now. Joining me tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author and scientist, Karthik Reddy, National Spokesperson of the BRS, Ghanshyam Tiwari, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Dr. Sanjay Jha, author, and my favorite introduction for him, suspended Congress leader, and he's a good sport. He always smiles whenever I say that to him. Dr. Riju Datta, National Spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Advocate and National Spokesperson of the DMK, Kishore Tiwari, leader of the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena, and with me in the studios is Piyush Tanwar, ETG Research Head. And Piyush Tanwar, I want to ask you, what are the surprises? Is this survey actually going to get the chemistry behind the mathematics of the India alliance that has come together?
True. So now, as I mentioned, that it's not necessary when a lot of parties come in an alliance and it's going to get benefit out of it. So sometimes it works in the favor, or sometimes it doesn't work. It works against it. So we will see in the in 1 hour show or whatever. We'll see how it is not going to change what we are expecting or what the opposition is expecting.
Well, so let's straight away go into the field, and let's look at the Hindi heartland. Just between 8 and 9, Padmaja Joshi, my colleague, had shown you the south of India, all the states of Tamil Nadu, Telangana, also Karnataka, Kerala, as well as Andhra Pradesh, and you saw those numbers along with Assam's numbers. Now we are looking at the Hindi heartland, and let's begin with Bihar. That's where the entire India alliance really began from, and we're looking at who will win how many seats in Bihar. Let's take a look at the projections. Well, 20 to 24 seats are projected for the NDA, 16 to 18 for the India Gathbandhan, which includes Lalu Prasad Yadav's party, Congress party, as well as Nitish Kumar's JDU, all of them coming together and getting 16 to 18 seats, total 40 seats in Bihar. Those are the numbers on your screen. If you look at the vote share in Bihar, the vote share is 46.10% for the NDA, 44.20 for India, 9.70 for the others. That's the Bihar number. How this really behaves in terms of the grand proposition made by Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav along with Rahul Gandhi coming together in Bihar, it seems the advantage continues to be with the BJP, but definitely the BJP will face a few losses, because last time around in 2019 they won I think 39 out of the 40 seats in Bihar, and this time with the JDU splitting up, the NDA will consist of Chirag Paswan and the BJP. BJP had around 17 seats last time. This time 20 to 24 along with the Chirag Paswan and the LJP. A bit of a loss as far as the total numbers from Bihar are concerned. Let's take a look at now election bound Madhya Pradesh. Who will win how many seats in Madhya Pradesh? Let's take a look. NDA 24 to 26 seats, India 3 to 5, others 0. So BJP couple of seats down in Madhya Pradesh. 29 seats come in the Lok Sabha from Madhya Pradesh. As of now, the BJP 24 to 26, 3 to 5 will be shared between the Congress party and the other alliance partners. Let's take a look at the vote shares. 52.9%, almost 53% for the NDA, about 40% for India, 7.2% for the others. So the BJP comfortably 50% plus in Madhya Pradesh, and that's an election-bound state, but this is the Lok Sabha election that we are talking about, and when it's Modi on the EVM, clearly chemistry is different. Let's now take a look at what will be the vote share in Chhattisgarh, and let's take a look at Delhi. Delhi, 7 seats in the Lok Sabha, and in Delhi the BJP has won 7 out of 7 in the last 2 elections of 2014 and 2019. This time 5 to 6 by the BJP and about 1 to 2 by India, which means the Aam Aadmi Party. You're not counting the Congress getting any Lok Sabha seats in Delhi, are you?
No, like AAP's.
Okay. Let's take a look at the party-wise split. BJP 5 to 6, AAP 1 and Congress 1. Okay, that's the split that is coming across in Delhi, and that's where the battle really begins. Sanjay Jha, already Arvind Kejriwal flexing his muscles and saying in Delhi, I'm going to fight all the 7 against the BJP. So where's the Congress going to go? And is this the beginning of the cracks? Unmute yourself, Sanjay Jha. Well, let me come back to you after Delhi. Let's go to the next state that we are looking at, Rajasthan, another poll-bound state, and Rajasthan. 25 seats come from Rajasthan, and again last 2 elections it has been 25 on 25 for the BJP. This time around 19 to 22 for the NDA and 2 to 4 for the India Alliance, 0 to 1 for the others. That is how Rajasthan is looking, and that's also a loss of 5 or 6 seats that can happen to the BJP in Rajasthan after 2 consecutive sweeps. Let's take a look at the vote shares. 55.2% for the NDA, 35.9% for India, 8.9% for the others. That's how Rajasthan is looking. Let's also take a look at now the numbers that are coming in from UP. UP has 80 seats, the largest state in the country, and BJP 69 to 73 seats. Remember in 2014 they had won 71 seats. It was down to 62 seats in 2019. This time around, again an improvement, 69 to 73 seats, 5 to 9 seats for India. BSP 0 to 1, others 1 to 3. And vote percentages, again, if we look at the vote percentages, those numbers coming on your screen. Ghanshyam Tiwari, 51% plus in UP, 38% to India, 6.4 to BSP, 4.2 to others. Ghanshyam Tiwari, that looks a huge vote share in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, as well as in UP. The BJP is in a 50 plus percentage point situation, and UP, it's improving its tally. Rajasthan, some losses there in a few seats. Madhya Pradesh also a couple of seats, coming down. But overall, in the Hindi heartland, the BJP looks in pole position.
Good evening, Navika ji, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. I congratulate your team for completing this large survey. 3 things are important in this case. One is that Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh are up for election. And as they say, ki doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jayega, it will be clear. Interestingly, in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, BJP does not even have a chief minister candidate. This is how confident they are about the elections in states that are right there. As far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, the complete mismanagement of the civic amenities in Uttar Pradesh and the complete bulldozer raj of Adityanath ji is going to backfire on BJP. I respect any survey that comes out, but clearly this is a survey that does not sit well with the ground situation that we see in Uttar Pradesh.
Well, let me get in Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, not too many gains for the Congress party in Delhi. You ain't getting anything. And as I asked you earlier, Arvind Kejriwal not interested in giving you any seats, and Mr. Pratap Singh Bajwa in Punjab doesn't want to give any seats to the Aam Aadmi party. In Uttar Pradesh, not too many in the India Gathbandhan, and in Rajasthan. And remember, we are talking about Lok Sabha elections, and when there is Modi's face on the EVMs, the advantage necessarily stays with the BJP.
Navika, I do think things have changed and they are changing. That's the beauty of politics. Politics is fluid. I mean, when they say a week is a long time in politics, I think, in my opinion, in the age that we live in, even a couple of days can be, a game changer. I can tell you that my understanding of politics across, various countries that I follow very closely, it's all about momentum. It's like in sports, you get a momentum, you start winning. And even if you're playing well, you might be losing. I do believe that the momentum has shifted in favor of India alliance, clearly. Mr. Modi is, I think the turning point will be the extraordinary silence over Manipur. That's not going to die down. I think the entire country is aware of the very terrible, pathetic governance that the BJP has demonstrated and the very uninspiring and almost, I think, disastrous leadership that has been demonstrated by Mr. Modi. I also believe that the wrestlers issue is going to get many women to never vote for the BJP again. The insult to the champion women wrestlers. I mean, every person is asking themselves, if this can happen to the women who bring pride to this country in the international competitions of the world, where do we stand? I think people have also seen that the courts have begun to use language like, is there ethnic cleansing happening? And I'm referring to what happened in Haryana. I mean, these are serious issues, Navika. I'm not even getting into the details on unemployment, inflation, and the overall capture of institutions and so on and so forth. At a broader level, if you add to the story the spread of hate, you have a constable in a train hunting down Muslims and killing them. It tells you that India somewhere down the line has to take a call. Is 2024 then a battle, not just for the India alliance to win, but for the whole concept of India, the constitutional purity of this country? Are we truly going to be secular, democratic, liberal, progressive, tolerant, and be one? I keep hearing Mr. Modi talk about GDP, 5 trillion, but I think Mr. Modi forgets the people of this country don't live in an economy, they live in a society before they live in an economy. And I think the disruption of society, the division of our communities, the complete dysfunctionality of the way governance ought to happen for the poorest and the weakest person in our society, I think is ravaged by this government. So I agree with Ghanshyam to a great extent that December elections will show you a trend. Although I'll put a caveat, and I'm reasonable enough to say that even if the Congress does very well in the December elections, the general elections in 24 will be a different proposition. So Mr. Modi has still got to be fought. But I do believe that India will defeat.
Fight him all you will. Fight him all you will. But Gaurav Bhatia, will the state of Manipur determine how people will vote in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh? I want to just take this forward, and there's one way of looking at things in India, which is the Dr. Sanjay Jha and Ghanshyam Tiwari way, which is that everything is a problem, nothing is going right. And there is the other way that the BJP would want to look at, everything is perfect and the momentum is with Modi and his team. How do you look at the truth? Is it somewhere in between, or is it only one way, the Modi way?
Navika, you're having this discussion on mood of the nation. Let me summarize it by saying, कहाँ पड़े हो चक्कर में, कोई नहीं है टक्कर में. I am the only speaker so far who would clearly tell you one thing. BJP will get more than 303 seats. NDA will cross the 400 mark. and Narendra Modi ji will be blessed by the people of the country with a third term. Neither did Samajwadi Party spokesperson tell you the number of seats, nor did the Congress sympathizer Mr. Sanjay Jha ever gather the courage to tell you the number of seats Congress will get. Let me come to the reason. Why do people in India believe in Narendra Modi ji? Why is he the tallest leader in the world? Why do they say Har Har Modi, Ghar Ghar Modi? There is a reason. The first reason the NDA will do well, after their Bihar meeting of the Ghamandia group, the NDA has expanded and the Ghamandia has shrunk. Ajit Pawar also came with us. The first and the foremost reason why we will get over 303 seats. We are not like a rudderless ship, like Titanic, ready to sink, which Ghamandia is. We have a leader. And every ally believes in the leadership of Narendra Modi ji. You ask anybody, they will say Narendra Modi ji is a leader. You go to the Ghamandia group, you ask TMC, he will say Mamta Banerjee. You ask up, they will say Arvind Kejriwal. Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav. 1, 2. It is the ideology which is firm. Historical decisions taken, Article 370 abrogation, Ram Mandir, one rank, one pension implementation, GST, PFI ban, and empowerment for the citizens like Mudra Yojana, Ujjwala Yojana, many schemes. And there is no discrimination on the basis of religion. So therefore, I feel we have a very strong ideology which the people believe in. And these parties do not have that. And third, the strength of our cadre, dedicated, selfless. They are not vying for position or power like the Gandhi Parivar, and they want to serve the country. And I want to tell the Congress sympathizer, Mr. Sanjay Jha, don't go by what I am saying, but I will tell you a few statements made by the Congress leaders. As we discuss today about the fate of the 2024 elections, Navika, do you know Alka Lamba, Congress spokesperson, which Sanjay Jha is not? She made a statement that all 7 seats in Delhi will be contested by the Congress party, later reprimanded. Their state president said the same thing. Aam Aadmi Party is a corrupt party. Samajwadi Party and Congress Party came together to defeat the Bharatiya Janata Party in the assembly elections of 2017. Tooty cycle ka bhi kuch nahi hua, panje ka alag fracture ho gaya. And that is why I say, just because they're coming together, they don't pose a challenge to us. Rather, they pose a threat to themselves because they do not have a leader and ideology and
well, challenge.
Third very important point.
Challenge to hai, Gaurav Bhatia. You know, you can't say nobody poses a challenge to you because let's be realistic. It's the third term.
आपको challenge बताता हूँ.
You've got to see who your opponent is and never undermine your opponent. That's the first rule of any match that is played. But
Can I answer that?
Okay. Yeah.
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Can I quickly? Yes. Let's go by what Mr. Kharge said. Mr. Kharge said that yes, we admit we do not have it in ourselves to defeat the BJP alone. Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, when asked by a journalist, what about this Ghamandia? He said, bhai, majboori hai. Majboori. Agar na Ghamandia mein jate, to hum to khatam ho jate. And today I gave you example of Alka Lamba and also their Delhi state president. What does it show? They do not have any ideology and leadership. Navika in Uttar Pradesh, last time SP and BSP came together, all the channels did mood of the nation. They were giving us 35 to 40 seats. What happened? We got 63 seats. Why? Because people believe in us. It doesn't matter who comes with whom. What matters is that Narendra Modi ji today is a leader who inspires confidence. He sacrificed for the country and people believe it is time to reward Narendra Modi ji's leadership.
Well, let me get in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Hindi heartland. Well, in the south, it's not any real surprise that the BJP does not have too much to field from the south and the southern states in terms of numbers of seats. Karnataka, stronghold last time around in 2019, this time not going to give them as many seats as it did last time. So there are going to be losses there. But if you look at the Hindi heartland as we are doing, Rajasthan, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, more or less intact. A few losses here and there made up maybe with the gains that are at least visible in Uttar Pradesh. Do you think the BJP does not have a challenge at all, as stated by Gaurav Bhatia here? Or do you think, despite the fact that all that Gaurav Bhatia has listed as, ideologies and decisions that the BJP has taken, they should not have lost then Karnataka and Himachal in the past? Because Article 370, one rank, one pension should have made them win other states as well. It hasn't happened in the past. Where do you see the truth being, given the number projections as we are standing today in August 2023, when we are projecting for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. It's a very enchanting debate, but let me begin by saying that somebody once asked Mao Zedong, I think in the 1960s, sir, what do you think is the impact of the French Revolution? And Mao said, it's too early to say. So what we're discussing right now, I say there's still one whole year left, and many things can happen.
Who said 8 months?
All right, 8 months. 8 months, yes, 8 months. So there are so many things that can happen to the advantage of the BJP, or so many things that can happen to the advantage of I.N.D.I.A. But the fact remains that, can I be, without being patronizing to my other lovely fellow panelists, stick to the debate at hand at 9 p.m., not at 8 p.m., but at 9 p.m. And you've shown us the figures of Bihar, of the, as you say, the Hindi heartland, of UP, of Chhattisgarh. I will stick to only that. I will not go as far as what my good friend Gaurav ji has said, which he had also said after Karnataka exit polls and after other exit polls that BJP said is going to win a landslide, and it didn't happen. So politicians have a way of saying things, and good luck to them. But let's analyze just this fact, Navika, if maybe. Now you look at Uttar Pradesh, right? And you had my good friend Ghanshyam saying that it's an absolutely hopeless situation and BJP is going to lose, and Yogi. Really, Ghanshyam? The first and only Prime Minister to be re-elected after 35 years in Uttar Pradesh is Yogi Adityanath. He is right now governing the size of... Ghanshyam, I didn't interrupt you. Thank you.
You said Prime Minister.
You said Prime Minister. Please correct yourself to a Chief Minister. As of now.
I spoke too early. I apologize. I spoke 5 years too early. No, I meant Chief Minister. No, the fact of the matter is he...
disappointed.
It's a Freudian slip.
Yes, as it is now, you're getting nightmares with Modi. Just imagine, Sanjay, what happens when Yogi comes. It won't be Freudian slip anymore. But Navika, can I please? I did interrupt anyone. Please, I did.
The more you ignore Amit Shah, the more Gaurav's job will be in danger.
Okay. Let's cut out the banter because we have lots of numbers to go through. Anand Ranganathan, please make your point.
Correct. So I want to stick to this fact, which is the results of your poll, Navika. And please analyze this. What explains this repeated thundering success in Uttar Pradesh? Unless you analyze this, I'm sorry, 80 seats. Everything else is passé. So let me tell you what explains this. In no other state, BJP or non-BJP or any other thing, is the double engine thing working as beautifully and perfectly as Uttar Pradesh. It is a fact. Naysayers might say, no, this is wrong, that is wrong. But the fact of the matter is that UP is an exception. And I'm willing to put even Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan away from it. UP as a state is an exception where the double engine sarkar is working perfectly. And how do you analyze this? People will ask. I'll give you 3 parameters. I'll give you the wealth parameter, I will give you the health parameter, and I will give you the education parameter. These are the state parameters. In 5 years flat, the GDP per capita of Uttar Pradesh has risen by 16,000. In 5 years flat, the infant mortality rate has come down of Uttar Pradesh by 10 points. In 5 years flat, the number of school girls going to school has increased by 10 percentage points. This is what real double engine Sarkar is supposed to do. It is not doing it in other double engine Sarkar states. That is why BJP might lose and has already lost them. But in Uttar Pradesh, somebody has to explain why 90% of the seats you are projecting is going to be held by the BJP. It is spectacular. 70 out of 80 is not a joke, Navika. Somebody has to explain it. And you can't just explain it by Yogi ka Gunda Raj, iska Gunda Raj, uska Gunda Raj. No. People are voting for Modi and Yogi. Please understand this.
Absolutely, and when you look at these numbers in a third term, it makes you sit back and wonder what is really going on in Uttar Pradesh and why other parties, at least in this survey, are not looking like they're even being able to play catch up for the moment. And if you have to debate numbers, we can debate 2014 numbers, 2019 numbers, and the projections for 2024, Ghanshyam Tiwari. But let's go across to the second part of the number game here. Are there winds of change that are happening in the West? And let's take a look at first Maharashtra and then Gujarat. Maharashtra, a lot of hodgepodge in the politics of Maharashtra has happened. 48 seats here, 28 to 32 likely to go to the NDA, 15 to 19 would go to the India, 1 to 2 to the others. Now, look at the vote share coming up on your screens, but let me ask Mr. Kishore Tiwari. Mr. Kishore Tiwari, Maharashtra, Shiv Sena has broken, NCP has broken, and what is left now in the India or the Aghadi is actually a small Congress party, a chota Shiv Sena and a chota NCP. The bigger chunks have gone towards the NDA. How is the Aghadi or the India alliance likely to perform in the Lok Sabha elections? And somewhere or the other, उद्धव ठाकरे थोड़े नर्वस तो हैं जब शरद पवार जी रोज रोज अजीत पवार से मिलते हैं।
अब शरद, देखिए आपका, मैं कन्वर जी को कांग्रेचुलेट करूंगा कि 1,10,000 के ऊपर सैंपल साइज है, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र के अंदर मैं विचलित नहीं हो रहा हूं क्योंकि परसेंटेज 2-3% तो ऐसे ही आ जाएंगे। और मैं अभी भी बताता हूं कि शरद पवार जाएंगे कहां से, पेड़ से गिरेंगे? अरे भाई देखिए, 12 जो इतर है, हाँ, जो तुम अदर में गिरने है, तो जो अदर वाले जो लोग हैं वो भी हमसे चर्चा ही कर रहे हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि आपके जितने प्रोजेक्शन है उसको मैं सीरियसली ले रहा हूं। यूपी, मध्य प्रदेश और राजस्थान में मैं देख रहा हूं कि दिसंबर के बाद लोगों का मूड कुछ बदलेगा, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र के हिसाब से तो हम आश्वस्त है कि मुझे लगता है कि 4 सीटें बीजेपी को जाएगी और 44 सीटें ये एनडीए या इंडिया अलायंस के पास रहेगी। लेकिन मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं, आपके पोजीशन के बाद तो और एक बार कह दूंगा कि कांग्रेस को रीजनल फोर्सेस जो है उसको उनकी स्पेस बराबर देनी होगी। तो हम आपके सर्वे को बहुत सीरियसली लेते हैं।
संजय झा, द वार्निंग इज टू यू। बीजेपी के साथ उनकी सुलह, वो कह रहे हैं 4 सीटें इनको मिलेंगी, इनसे क्या लड़ना है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी से के रीजनल। गौरव भाटिया, 4 सीट्स फॉर द बीजेपी सेज मिस्टर किशोर तिवारी।
नाविका,
कुछ बताना चाहेंगे आप इन्हें?
नहीं, संजय भी बंबई रहते हैं, उनको मालूम है ना हमारी ताकत।
नहीं, गौरव भाटिया जी पहले और फिर आई विल गेट इन संजय झा।
नहीं, वो दिल्ली रहते होंगे। नहीं मानूंगा
कि कम से कम संजय राउत के बारे में सोचे हैं। संजय राउत जी तो बेइज्जती कर रहे हैं शरद पवार जी की। वो कह रहे हैं जो छुप के मिलते हैं ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। और किशोर जी इतना मुस्कुरा रहे हैं, मैं तो कहूंगा मैं बिल्कुल सहमत हूं इनकी बात से। भाई इनको स्पेस मिलना चाहिए। सिकुड़ के कितने छोटे से रह गए। उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने कहा था मैं अपनी दुकान बंद कर दूंगा लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा। उद्धव ठाकरे ने वही किया, सिकुड़ गए। अब स्पेस मिलना चाहिए, थोड़ा फैलेंगे फूलेंगे। लेकिन एक बात बता दूं, कुछ भी कर लो, आएंगे मोदी जी ही 48। अब मैं बीच में आपके बोला भी नहीं था, मैं आपके बीच में नहीं बोला था, नोटी नहीं हुई है। आप नोटी हो जाते बीच बीच में, उखाड़ देंगे नोटी, ऐसा नहीं करते भाई, ऐसा नहीं करते, उखाड़ देंगे आप, हम ही को उखाड़ देंगे। अरे रणदीप सुरजेवाला कहते हैं जो बीजेपी को वोट करता है वो राक्षस होगा, आप कहते उखाड़ देंगे, हम जाए तो जाए कहाँ?
No, but on a serious note, Gaurav Bhatia, in the last two elections, 2014 and 2019, the BJP had 23 seats in both elections and Shiv Sena had 18 in both elections. That was 41 out of the 48. This time around, with Shiv Sena not really, or the original Shiv Sena not being with you, 41 वाला नंबर होता हुआ नजर नहीं आ रहा है इस वक्त. So there is a little bit of a loss that the BJP is seeing in Maharashtra.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Let me give my reasons in relation to Maharashtra first. When it's a Lok Sabha election, Narendra Modi ji's leadership is the biggest factor in every state. And Shiv Sena, at that time, the United Shiv Sena, could win so many seats only because they were in alliance with us. And let me tell you now, the situation is this, that BJP strength leadership of Devendra Fadnavis ji in Maharashtra, plus also the Ajit Pawar faction which has been added, which wasn't there in the earlier election, and Eknath Shinde ji, I think we'll get all 48 seats. And let me give you one example which is very crucial. Samajwadi Party spokesperson spoke about the 2018 assembly elections of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Navika, do you know we did well in 2 states, but we couldn't form the government there. And what happened just a few months later in the Lok Sabha elections? In Madhya Pradesh, we got 28 seats out of 29. In Rajasthan, 24 out of 25. And in Chhattisgarh, 9 out of 11. What does it show? It shows that there are different issues and there are different aspects to which a voter looks into when they are voting for a Lok Sabha election and in the assembly election. And in Karnataka, remember, the Congress and the JDS had contested together, and still Bharatiya Janata Party got 25 out of the 28 seats. This time JDS is not supporting the Congress. So you can understand what will happen to the Congress in Karnataka. BJP is resilient, strong even in Karnataka, and we'll get victory on all 28 seats.
Well, let me take Gujarat seats. I'm coming to you, Dr. Sanjay Jha, and my friend Riju Datta is getting extremely impatient because I need to pull up Bengal on the screen. First, let's go to Gujarat, and no surprises here. Hat-trick for the BJP here, 26 on 26 in Gujarat, and that is one state where India is not really seeming to have any impact. Congress and Aam Aadmi Party can come together. There's still a 20% gap. 58% for the NDA, 58.6%, India at 38.6%, and clearly 0.26 is the tally that is showing the vote share on your screens. And then let's go straight across to West Bengal. Let's take a look at whether the Look East policy has really helped. We've seen Assam in the last hour. Now West Bengal. 42 seats, 16 to 18 going to the NDA, 23 to 27 going to India, and that shows 18 last time to the NDA, 22 to the Trinamool Congress. It seems pretty much even Stevens where it is. Riju Datta, disappointed?
Navika ji, today is the anniversary of death of Mr. Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, the tallest leader of BJP. Probably Gaurav Bhatia forget about him, but I will just start off by a couple of words that he said on the floor of the parliament. That पार्टियां आएंगी, पार्टियां जाएंगी, सरकारें बनेंगी, सरकारें बिगड़ेंगी, पर ये देश और इस देश का संविधान रहना चाहिए. So the fight for 2024 is for the country and the constitution, and obviously its people. Now let me tell you, with all due respect to these polls, if I would have believed any of the polls in the 2021 Vidhan Sabha elections in Bengal, TMC wouldn't have formed the government. So with all due respect, I believe personally that 2024 elections have completely different optics, have completely different perceptions. Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, who used to say ek akela sab pe bhari, after the India alliance formed, he needed crutches of 38 parties to barely stand on his feet. You don't need it. If you hear what Gaurav Bhatia ji said, then Pradhan Mantri didn't need it. Then why did he need that NDA alliance? Okay. Now I will tell you the biggest factor that is going to be. The biggest factor, I think, in all the states with an average of 15% vote share are going to be the SC, ST and the Dalit community, who are hit the hardest by inflation and by unemployment. Yes, Manipur is a factor, but it's a small factor when it comes to election mode in different states. Yes, women's security is a factor which will have an impact. But the biggest impact will be whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Dalit or Brahmin or anybody. You are buying tomatoes at 200 to 50 rupees kg. You are buying petrol at 100 rupees per litre. You are buying gas cylinder at 1200 rupees and there are no jobs. These are factors that are going to turn the tide towards India. There is a huge anti-incumbency against Mr. Modi. And now, just to finish off, let me give you the 5 biggest guarantees that Pradhan Mantri Modi gave. काला पैसा वापस लाएंगे, काला धन, बुलेट ट्रेन चलाएंगे, 2 करोड़ नौकरी देंगे, किसान की आय दुगनी करेंगे और सबको पक्का मकान देंगे. Has any of his promises been fulfilled? So all his guarantees, even the guarantee of coming back to the Red Fort next year, is as real as the aims in Darbhanga. Everything the people of this country are watching. And this vote, coming vote, yes, Narendra Modi is a tall leader, no doubt, but it will. There are a lot of surprises for BJP and Mr. Modi.
Now let me respond to him.
Navika, just 10 seconds.
Yes, the TMC spokesperson started talking about the constitution, and I was remembering the words of Mamata Banerjee, Navika, when she said, if you implement the CA, a validly passed law, on the floor of the House in the Parliament, there will be a civil war. So much of respect for the constitution. And look at the contradiction. What is Ghamandiya? Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the tallest leader of the Congress in the West Bengal state, said that हमारे workers की लाशों पे TMC से समझौता मत करो, because 55 citizens were killed in West Bengal during the panchayat elections, and these people have the audacity to talk about constitution, rights and Mamata Banerjee. Now, what kind of constitution is Mamata Banerjee reading? For the Muslims, I am quoting Mamata Banerjee, उनके शब्द याद आ गए. आप अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी की बात कर रहे थे, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे थे. Mamata Banerjee said, ये दूध देने वाली गाय है, इनकी दुलत्ती भी खाएंगे. और हिंदूस को कहती हैं, जय श्री राम बोला तो तेरी चमड़ी उधेड़ देंगे. I can tell you, this time, Narendra Modi ji leadership will ensure that we get at least 35 seats in West Bengal, more than the TMC. The reason is very simple. The reason is this, that West Bengal is looking for a change. We saw that in the assembly elections, and as I said earlier, Lok Sabha elections will be defining, and they will show the mirror to Mamata Banerjee, who is the most anarchic leader in India. Well, second, I just want to say one more thing. Why Modi ji?
Just 10 seconds.
I'm just giving you the
quick 10 seconds.
Yes, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, Navika, please.
2 minutes is a long time in a debate. 2 minutes is a long time in a debate, Gaurav Bhatia.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
Complete your point.
1 minute.
I need 15 seconds.
1 minute. Yes.
Many hands going up.
Now
Make your
these
point.
are the numbers. You asked me why Modi ji? I will tell you. The GDP before 2014, 1.8 trillion. After 2014, now 3.7 trillion. Per capita GDP 78,000. Now it's 115,000. Position of the economy 10th before 2014. Now it's 5th. Export 200 billion earlier. Now 750 billion. Metro cities 5. Now 20. Airport 74. Now 152. Power in villages 40% earlier. Now it is 95%. AIMS 7 earlier. Now 22. Expressway length 680 kilometers, now 4,667 kilometers.
Okay.
And similarly, unicorns 114 now. There are many indicators. What does it show? India is growing, and this Ghamandiya cannot pull us back. They will be terminated, they will be decimated, and they will have no place to go.
Let's ask the most serious question at this point. The elephant in the room, Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Anti-incumbency, does it count for nothing?
Well, Modi knows about anti-incumbency more than any other politician. 2014 election was very different for him compared to the 2019 one, because in 2019 he had to beat anti-incumbency and he did even better. But I need to make 2 points, and these are very pertinent. Number one, when Gaurav ji makes his comparison of before 2014 and right now, he also must take into account that UPA ruined a lot of Indian things. So when it got handed over from NDA 1, the economy was in very good shape. UPA ruined it. So the correct... Yes, so, if India is doing very well now, it possibly is doing doubly very well had UPA not intervened and ruined the economy. But the most important point I want to make is this, just 30 seconds. Navika, BJP is winning.
For that, Anand bhai.
BJP is winning, but somebody please tell BJP that. BJP is not sure whether it is winning. And that is the reason why BJP wants to win at all costs. That is the reason why it lost Bengal. Because as many as 30, Gauravji, please.
Can I respond to that quickly with a couplet?
Please, Gauravji, please, I didn't interrupt you. I want to make something very important. BJP doesn't know it's winning. That is why it is scared and paranoia has set in. It wants to win at all costs. That is what explains why its alliance with Maharashtra is with corrupt people whom it was accusing of corruption. That is why it explains why in Bengal, when the stage were absolutely clear for BJP to rule the roost, it lost because as many as 30 candidates were turncoat TMC candidates. BJP does not realize that it will win on the basis of its performance. It time and again, it goes for taking in corrupt people, turncoats, and people.
All right. That's an important point, and many people come out and say that why do they want to ally and get in people who are labeled corrupt? But Riju Datta, what's your objection?
Yes, I just counter to Gauravji. Gauravji was talking about GDP and all that. 80% of India does not even understand what GDP is. Votes are not given on ballot box on based of GDP. Now let me, his boss, he said,
what are you saying?
Win 35
if the GDP rises, people do well.
Navikaji, 10 seconds.
GDP is the most important.
No, I am not saying people are not doing well. We understand the panel understands GDP. I am talking about the general voters of India. 80% of them do not understand the meaning.
So what do they vote on? What do they vote on? What do they vote on? What do people vote on?
Rijuda, I am sorry.
If it's not the economic situation, if it is...
People vote on
Manipur.
People vote on local issues. I'm not talking about the exact meaning.
In Lok Sabha elections, they vote on local issues.
Jobs and local issues.
In Lok Sabha elections, they vote on local issues. Riju Datta.
Come on.
Okay. All right. That's
Navika ji, being a very senior journalist, you think whenever there is voting, it is people are voting only for...
Well, it's time for me to put the overall India, because our two friends from DMK and BRS haven't spoken, and I was waiting to put out the all India numbers on the screen because those numbers will tell you which way things are going. Chhattisgarh, I can just read off a few states. Chhattisgarh, NDA gets 6 to 8 seats. India gets 3 to 5. If you look at Himachal, 3 to 4 seats to NDA, 0 to 1 to India. Jharkhand, 10 to 12 seats to NDA, 2 to 4 seats to India. And then let's take a look at the full tally. Punjab, NDA 2 to 3 seats, India 8 to 12 seats, Shiromani Akali Dal 1 to 2 seats. That's the countdown. But let's go straight to the All India numbers. And if we take a look at the All India numbers, alliance-wise, NDA 296 to 326, 160 to 190 goes to India, 296 to 326 to NDA, 24 to 25 YSRCP, which is not definitely going with the Congress or the India alliance. BJP 12 to 14 not going with the India alliance. BRS 9 to 11 seats not going with any alliance which has the Congress in it. 11 to 14 goes to others. And Karthik Reddy, my friend, what do you make of this? Third time around, if the Prime Minister said he is going to unfurl the Tiranga from the Red Fort. He seems to be having these calculations at the back of his mind. 288 to 314 seats to the BJP alone. That's a full majority. Third time around.
Navika ji, while I was sitting here for a long time, I was wondering if I could be in a parallel universe where Telangana and South India could have equal or large number of Lok Sabha seats, where would be given priority on national debates or even, for matter of fact, in the parliament.
Well, to set your anxiety, four or five states of the south were given 1 hour from 8 to 9. So we gave them priority. Please do not have any such feelings from Times Now.
You asked Gaurav.
I brought you in on the national picture. Of course, Hindi heartland. I can't ask you.
Boy. Yes, Navika ji, I'm coming back to that. I'm coming back to that. You asked Gaurav by the same question, the secret of BJP's performance of these numbers that your survey portrays. Gaurav gave an endless list of developments, of welfare, Modi ji's policies for the last 10 years. I would disagree. There are equal number of holes left in after 10 years of NDA rule as they're left by the UPA. But the only difference is UPA failed at its leadership to be shown to the country that BJP did not. Today, the only strength of BJP and the confidence they will come back to power is the other side, it's Congress party and it is Rahul Gandhi. पाद यात्रा करने से बस नहीं होता है नाविका जी, दलों को मिलाने में बस नहीं होता है. You have to garner the confidence of this country, the people of this country, only then you will get power. Today, there are problems in the economy. There are problems within many states, which is the federal structure of this country. Yet, the BJP seems to fare very well in most of the states that you're telling us. The reason behind this is not Modi. The reason behind this is Congress party and Rahul Gandhi.
Dr. Sanjay Jha.
And please, Gaurav, don't hype your leader and yourself much up. There's nothing there.
Okay, I'm coming to all of you, but Sanjay Jha respond first and then I'm coming.
Take care of your party. I wish you good luck.
Navika, 2 points. I understand my good friend Reddy Sahab's anxiety because you know why he's pointed out Rahul Gandhi and the Congress repeatedly when you asked him to comment on that bigger national picture, because he's worried and I understand his apprehensions. The Congress is breathing down the neck of the BRS in Telangana and he's aware of that. The BJP is not even in the running anymore. Everybody had hyped up the BJP to be the contender. They are not. And the Congress in all probability is going to defeat the BRS in Telangana. So I can quite understand that his bigger animus today is actually towards the Congress and not the BJP. You know, I couldn't come to you earlier on Maharashtra. I live here, Navika. I can tell you this. The BJP took on Eknath Shinde because they thought he was going to be a big electoral asset. Now they have realized he's a political liability. In bringing in Ajit Pawar, I can tell you, you're going to hear a major breaking news in Maharashtra in the coming few weeks. And trust me, the people of Maharashtra are not going to forgive the BJP for giving this crude game of magical, kind of musical chairs by which they have conducted the politics here. So you're going to see a lot of drama in Maharashtra. Ajit Pawar he wants to be the chief minister. Everybody knows that. And there is a major fissures and cracks within. And the people of Maharashtra are watching. I can tell you the results from Maharashtra in the Lok Sabha will be significant.
Well, Maharashtra seems to be the only state you are worried about. Uttar Pradesh pe ek bhi comment nahi diya, but Pugal Gandhi. One minute, Mr. Pugal Gandhi, I want to ask you this. India Alliance, they've come together. It's a better act than the act that the opposition put together in 2019. Fair point. But is the momentum with the opposition with just making an alliance? Because every other day there are contradictions that are going to emerge, whether it is Aam Aadmi Party versus Congress or Congress versus somebody else, because as far as regional parties are concerned, they'll have to cede ground to the Congress party if they have to get into an alliance. And does that work well for regional parties, including yours?
See, Navika, first of all, I would like to say that I have some serious reservations with respect to the numbers put out here, because these numbers, it appears that they are not representing the real picture on the ground, basically. See, when we talk about the India Alliance and the NDA, India Alliance has got some formidable parties. It is an alliance of formidable parties. Roughly 21 political parties joined together, and many of them were in power many of them are in power in the various states or in dominant positions. Whereas NDA is concerned, not even 5 to 6 parties are in power in the states, or having even one MPs from their respective states. So this particular arithmetic, maybe with respect to Uttar Pradesh, the BJP, the NDA, and with respect to Gujarat, the NDA may have a slight edge. But as far as the other parts of the country are concerned, these numbers are not totally realistic. With respect to the opposition parties, today the opposition parties are very clear. They have to unite together. Unless and until they unite together.
Okay, so will uniting together actually lead to seats in Lok Sabha? Piyush Tanwar, you are the cephalogist. Tell me, on the ground, the sound and fury in social media and in television studios you are seeing from the opposition, is it reflected and mirrored on the ground?
First of all, I would say, see, Lok Sabha election and assembly elections are totally different. Even people know this distinction. So even when we are working in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, when we ask this in assembly, whatever party they prefer, but they change. When we have asked specifically in Lok Sabha which party will you vote for, and they even if the Congress voter, we have seen voting for the BJP. And what sir said, why BJP is he's not able to understand that arithmetic. So in that NDA, BJP is gaining the most, even though all the small parties they have joined, LJP and all, BJP is gaining the most. And talking about the India is gaining basically from DMK, obviously they were in alliance previously, and TMC, and somewhat in Shiv Sena. That's it.
The others are not bringing anything to the table.
No, somewhat if Aam Aadmi Party is still with them, somewhat from Aam Aadmi Party, somewhat from Samajwadi Party, nothing more
Let's take a look at overall what is the status of all political parties. The Congress at 62 to 80 does not cross the 100 mark. Trinamool Congress 22 to 24. DMK 20 to 24, BRS 9 to 11, Aam Aadmi Party 5 to 7. Where does that leave really the Congress Party at under 100? Dr. Anand Ranganathan?
Well, it almost doubles what their count in 2019 is. So I think Rahul's Bharat Jodo Yatra is working. But as far as, my good friend from the DMK is concerned, can I please tell him that you have, I think, very unbiasedly, objectively given 20 to 24 seats to DMK. Is he expecting more than 30 seats for the DMK this election? Please, he should come out and say so.
Mr. Gandhi?
I'm not able to hear you. Could you repeat it?
Well, no time to repeat. Ghanshyam Tiwari, are you surprised by these numbers? Of course you would be, because you would suddenly be imagining that India will get 450 seats, but that's not happening in this survey. 296 to 326 clearly shows Mr. Modi is all set to come back for a third term. And is that because the country still trusts him?
Well, I am never surprised by imaginary numbers. For example, Anand quoted imaginary numbers of Uttar Pradesh NSDP. The RBI State of the State survey says that Uttar Pradesh NSDP was 41,000 in 2016-17, and it was less than that in 2021-22, the last date that survey was published.
Absolutely.
As far as BJP is concerned, they have Bittu Bajrangi and Monu Manesan in Rajasthan, in Haryana. They have Rajbhushan Singh in Uttar Pradesh. They have Babu Bajrangi in Gujarat. These are the people who are the mascots of BJP. If you think that women in this country will vote for a party that stands with Rajbhushan,
आपके भी मुख्तार अंसारी थे, आजम खान साहब थे,
आप बीजेपी के स्पोक्सपर्सन
गायत्री प्रजापति थे, but Gaurav Bhatia, I have the last 30 seconds. Gaurav Bhatia, do you want to respond?
These are the mascots of BJP, and no one can make the.
I want to respond to Samajwadi Party, the party which made Gayatri Prajapati a rape accused and a convict in a corruption
these are people
case,
who are turncoats. Turncoats do not.
They have Azam Khan.
Our party. We do not expect turncoats to be ideologists who can preach to our party.
Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, you've been in other parties as well before this. Let's not get personal here, but Gaurav Bhatia, make your point. I have only 20 seconds left. Gaurav Bhatia, lowering everybody's faders.
Yes. Navika, I just want to tell you that this person who's making personal comments contested an election from Bihar and he came 11th. He forfeited his deposit. इसलिए शांत रहा करो. But to the BRS, I will tell you, you will contest the elections, the results will come. But I will assure you, the Bharatiya Janata Party will never call the voters voting for other parties Rakshas. We will never blame the EVMs. We will never say democracy in India is dead. And that is the resilience and the ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party, why people choose Narendra Modi.
Well, when it comes to numbers do the talking, and as far as numbers are concerned, the NDA is poised to get anything between 296 to 326 seats in the Lok Sabha elections of 2024, looking from the vantage point of August of 2023. How things develop, we'll bring you a survey every single month and we'll tell you what is rising, what is working for which alliance, and who's slipping ahead, who's losing ground. But for the moment, Narendra Modi holds all the cards in his hand, and it is going to be a third term if these numbers are anything to go by. And if they are not, then the man you need to talk to is Piyush Tanwar, ETG research head in our studios. Thank you, Piyush, for those numbers. And thank you very much to all our guests for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, be safe, and we'll be back with more news and more debates tomorrow, same time on the News Hour at 9.
The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth. Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school. I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या
You're watching the News Hour at 9.
Weeks ahead of India Alliance's next meeting, Congress leader Alka Lamba says Congress will contest in all 7 Lok Sabha seats in Delhi. Congress holds an emergency meeting and distances from Alka Lamba's claim. Congress leader Deepak Babaria says no official decision has been taken on seat sharing in Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party Saurabh Bharadwaj reacts to Congress leader Alka Lamba's statement that when India will sit over discussion, then the picture will be clearer. The Political Affairs Committee will hold a separate discussion on it, is what Aam Aadmi Party said. TMC student wing spearheads protest at Jadavpur University over alleged ragging death case. New district court in Haryana sends Bittu Bajrangi to one-day police custody. He was arrested by the new police after a case was registered against him and 15 to 20 others.
Jai Siya Ram.
UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says Jai Siya Ram at the Ram Katha event by spiritual leader Murari Bapu organized at the Cambridge University campus. The death toll in the rain fury in Himachal Pradesh has risen to 60. Rescue operations are underway across the state.
You were watching the News Hour at 9. Stay tuned.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई?
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like
Good evening and welcome to the News Hour Agenda. I'm Madhya Pradesh. Huge controversies erupted over Congress veteran Digvijay Singh's statement on Bajrang Dal. Just ahead of assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, Digvijay Singh has said that if Congress gets elected to power in the state, then it will not ban the Bajrang Dal. Digvijay Singh has said that there can be good people in the Bajrang Dal as well. However, goons and rioters will not be spared. Now, this comes even as the Congress party in its Karnataka poll manifesto had promised to ban the outfit. The Congress's poll promise had stirred a massive row with the BJP accusing the Congress of insulting Lord Hanuman by promising to ban Bajrang Dal in Karnataka. Let's first listen in to Digvijay's recent comment.
देखिए, बैन नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन बजरंग दल में कुछ अच्छे लोग भी हो सकते हैं, लेकिन जो गुंडा तत्व है, जो दंगा फसाद कराता है, ऐसे किसी भी व्यक्ति को नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा.
The BJP has lambasted the Congress, saying that the party must make its stand clear on the issue, and perhaps Party President Mallikarjun Kharge can give instructions to Karnataka CM and Deputy CM to take back their remarks on Bajrang Dal. The party has asserted that a national organization like Bajrang Dal doesn't need any certificate from Digvijay Singh. Listen in.
He would do well as a senior Congress leader to say the same thing to his colleagues in Karnataka, where they equated the Bajrang Dal with actually other organizations that are involved in violence. So this is also showing that the Congress party somewhere or the other is realizing that its stance of vote bank politics is getting exposed, and for power they are willing to moderate it.
हिंदुओं को बदनाम करने की सुपारी ले ली है दिग्विजय सिंह ने। हर समय इस तरह की बातें करते हैं। हिंदू देवी देवताओं को बदनाम करना, हिंदू संतों को बदनाम करना, ये दिग्विजय सिंह की आदत है। और दिग्विजय सिंह के सर्टिफिकेट की और उनके रहमो कर्म की बजरंग दल जैसे राष्ट्रवादी संगठन को जरूरत नहीं है।
कांग्रेस पार्टी विचारधारा की पार्टी नहीं है। कांग्रेस पार्टी सिर्फ और सिर्फ समय परिस्थितियों को देखकर निर्णय करती है। यही कांग्रेस है जिसने कहा था कि मध्य प्रदेश में हम सत्ता में आए तो सबसे पहले हम बजरंग दल के ऊपर बैन लगाने का काम करेंगे। अब ये कह रहे हैं कि हम बैन नहीं लगाएंगे, क्योंकि इनको पता है कि आज जिस तरीके के हालात में कांग्रेस रसातल में पहुंची है, ये सिर्फ संजीवनी बटोरने की कोशिश कर रही है।
The Congress, however, is on the defensive, with the party claiming that it doesn't oppose any organization, but if someone takes the law into their hands, they will be dealt with. Congress Bihar ally JDU has also said that if the Bajrang Dal works for the nation's good, then there shouldn't be any problem. Listen in.
He stated that we are not going to ban the Bajrang Dal because some good fellows are also in the Bajrang Dal. It is the fact in Karnataka assembly election also, Congress party clearly stated that whoever in the name of Bajrang Dal, they are going to take the law into their hands. In that time only Congress party is going to take the action against those persons. We are not against to any organization who with good intention serving to the nation or India. So the statement made by the Digvijay Singh is correct, and not only Madhya Pradesh, wherever the fundamentalists should not take the law into their hands.
I don't know what Mr. Digvijay Singh has said, but one thing before the government, we are told those elements, those organizations which create tension among the communities will, those who try to make hate speeches, divide the society, such kind of organizations will be dealt with and action will be taken against those people who are trying to divide the society. That was our commitment, and today also still we said we want to do that.
बजरंग दल हो, आरएसएस हो, कोई भी संगठन हो, अगर वो देश के लिए काम करती है, देश को जोड़ने के लिए काम करती है, देश की एकता के लिए काम करती है, तो किसी को क्या आपत्ति होगा। अभी देश के सामने समस्या है, अघोषित आपातकाल से देश को बचाना है, 2024 में भाजपा मुक्त भारत बनाना है।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's take this across to our panelists now. Joining us for more, we have Shehzad Poonawala, spokesperson of the BJP. Anurag Naidu, author, is with us. We also have with us Sriraj Nair of the VHP. Joining us also is Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst. But I first and foremost want to take this across to Advocate Nikhil Jain, who's with us in the studio. Nikhil Jain, we all remember the huge controversy following the Karnataka manifesto release of the Congress party. That manifesto very specifically had a line that both the Bajrang Dal and the PFI would be banned because they are organizations that spread hate. Now this had sparked off a massive controversy. What has changed between the Karnataka election and the Madhya Pradesh election that Digvijay Singh is saying we will not ban the Bajrang Dal?
Madhav, nothing has changed. The point is that the Congress has always had a fight against those elements of the society that try to spread communal hatred. So the particular line that you're talking about from the Karnataka election manifesto of the Congress was that any organization that spreads communal hatred like the PFI or the Bajrang Dal will be banned. What Mr. Digvijay Singh is saying right now today about Madhya Pradesh is that the Congress party is not looking to ban the organization in the state, and the reason for that is that the same organization may function differently in one state and differently in another. Just to use an example, the BJP, Madhav, just give me half a minute to half a minute. Half a minute to make my point.
Bajrang Dal is Bajrang Dal, whichever state it is in. No, sir.
Half a minute to make my point. The BJP, a national organization, calls the PDP a problem for the country in the rest of the country, and then in Jammu and Kashmir goes and makes an alliance with the PDP. Similarly, when you talk about the Bajrang Dal, when in Karnataka they are an element that is primarily into communal activities, but in Madhya Pradesh they are not necessarily only into communal activities but other things as well, and that is what Digvijay Singh is saying, that so there may be good elements in the Bajrang Dal.
Karnataka manifesto.
They said that we are going to ban the organization in the state. They never said we are going to ban the organization countrywide. That is something they can't even do.
Okay.
So what the Digvijay Singh is saying today, he's sticking to the party line that we are not going to allow any bad actors, any bad elements, whether they are from the Bajrang Dal or from elsewhere, to flourish. But so yes, if people are acting in a nice manner, we are not going to touch them.
So your best argument today is hypocrisy is not just the sole, this thing of the
not
Congress party, but the BJP has also been hypocritical.
With the BJP, I should say, doomed if we do, doomed if we don't.
Okay.
They had a problem when the Congress said that in Karnataka we are going to ban Bajrang Dal, and the same Congress, when they say okay, in Madhya Pradesh we are not going to ban them, they have a problem with that.
Okay, we are doomed if we do, we are doomed if we don't, but he also at the same time says that it's BJP also that has been hypocritical. You criticized BJP, went in alliance with them, and then are again criticizing them now. Your response to this?
The same Digvijay Singh with the same Bajrang Dal in Madhya Pradesh says Bajrang Dal ISI से पैसे लेती है. This is 2019. Madhya Pradesh. Now this was good Bajrang Dal or bad Bajrang Dal? Point number one. Point number two. In the, not just the Bajrang Dal, but in fact even the RSS, Priyank Khadge said we will ban the RSS. Siddaramaiah said no, we will not ban the RSS. This kind of U-turn, why is it being done? Please understand, Mr. Madhav, the reason it's being done is because it's a dog whistle. The dog whistle is that during Karnataka elections, they wanted the JDS Muslim vote, which anyways transferred to them en masse. Therefore, they said, we will remove the anti-cow slaughter law, we will remove the anti-conversion law, we will ban Bajrang Dal. They also went and said, Rahman Khan said this, that Jai Bajrang Bali daravna nara hai, dar ka mahol paida karta hai. So they said all this to placate a vote bank. Now in Madhya Pradesh, they have to change their face. You know what's a seasonal fruit?
So you're saying this is soft hindutva?
No, there are seasonal fruits. Mango is a seasonal fruit. There are seasonal Hindus also.
Okay.
So this is the season to become a good Hindu. Therefore, they have started saying that let's stop abusing Hindu groups.
Okay.
And therefore, they are saying Bajrang Dal mein sab kuch acha.
I'm going to allow
Bajrang Dal is not a Hindu group.
Okay. You want to quickly report? Yeah.
Bajrang Dal is not a Hindu group. It's an organization where all the members are Hindu.
Group.
No, it is not a religious group. Shehzad, it's a political group. It's a political and a social group. It's not a religious group. There is a difference.
Sure?
Of course. Just because you use the name Bajrang or Hindu doesn't mean that you're a Hindu religious organization.
Very good. Since you said that it is not a religious group, it is a political group. It is a nationalist.
Socio-political group.
Socio-political group. Then please tell me that why is it that you have been saying this narrative about the Bajrang Dal harassing Muslims?
Because that is their that is the ideology of the lot of members of the Bajrang Dal.
So,
see, a social group can very well engage in political activities and they can very well target people in the name of religion, and it happens from both sides of the aisle.
You just said it's not a religious group.
But they can have religious agendas.
One second.
The RSS is not a religious group.
There are questions about the Bajrang Dal also. There are several cases that in fact are pending in various courts as well. But let me, in fact, before I get into that aspect of the debate, I want Tehseen to respond to this charge that this is nothing but the Chunavi Hindu charge that Shehzad is repeating, that just because you feel that it is time, it's elections, you have to go and indulge in some soft hindutva which is relevant for the particular states that are going to the polls over here. Tehseen.
Thank you, Madhav, for having me on the show. I have one request. Please make sure that the BJP spokesman doesn't interrupt me because I'm on a Zoom link and he's in the studio. So I'll just make three very
Go ahead.
One, there is nothing called seasonal fruit/seasonal political Hinduism, etc. Simply because the Bajrang Dal, as Nikhil Jain rightly said, is not a group that represents Hindus. It is a group that may have some elements or some Hindus in it or some elements who are supportive of BJP. It does not represent Hindus. The simple test of it. Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji's son is not in the Bajrang Dal. Himanta Biswa Sharma's son and daughter are not in the Bajrang Dal. And I ask your viewers through you times now, why are the top leaders of BJP, their kids not in the Bajrang Dal, on the streets, harassing people, fighting, etc. Why are they going to Harvard, Boston, etc.? Because the simple reason is they use organizations like Bajrang Dal, which are not religious organizations, but masquerade on the basis of religion, which no Hindu supports, only to create tension in society. Point number two. I would rather be a seasonal fruit, Madhav. I would rather be a seasonal fruit. At least I'm a fruit, rather than being a fake fruit. You know what is a fake fruit? Let me explain. Digvijay Singh wrongly said that Pakistan and RSS was involved in IS in 2611. Next to Digvijay Singh was Kripa
Shankar. Not just that.
Today a proud member of the BJP. Mahesh Sharma on the floor of the House said there is no evidence of Ma Sita. Today he continues to be an MP of the BJP. Naresh Agarwal said such filth about Lord Ram, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, such filth that Arun Jaitley ji got up and said this man should be in jail. The BJP accepted him with open arms and hugged him. He's one of the tallest leaders. The BJP uses the sentiments of our Hindu fellow citizens.
You know, you can point out, and in fact Shehzad can respond to you on those points. There's no problem. But I want to just come to you to some of the points that have been made by Digvijay Singh. And please hear me out, because these are very important comments. Sure. Not just the comment that he made, in fact, on ISI, which was just in March this year, but he also said in May this year, he also said that Hindutva is beat them with sticks who do not agree, demolish their houses. This Gundo ki Jamaat has stormed the Jabalpur Congress committee office. He had gone ahead to say that in 2000, I sent a proposal to the central government to ban both the Simi and Bajrang Dal. But the then BJP government at the centre did not accept it. He has also made many comments in relation to what he calls Hindu terror, so on and so forth. I don't want to repeat all of them because there are about 8-10 such comments. But those positions of Mr. Digvijay Singh, today's statement is in direct contravention of that.
Okay, let me explain that position with another statement and you will understand it. Shri R.K. Singh, a union minister in the BJP today, said there exists Sangh terror. He continues to be a union minister, has not taken that statement back. He continues to be a minister. Therefore, I am saying there exists elements from the BJP to the Bajrang Dal to the RSS who have indulged in vandalism on the name of religion.
Okay, we'll get into that point.
No Hindu is an extremist. No Hindu. This country is secular because of Hindus, but BJP and its affiliates try to misuse the great Hindu religion and way of life.
Okay, this is misuse of Hindu religion, Hindutva essentially, and the kind of Hindutva practiced by Bajrang Dal is a misuse of Hindu religion, and the BJP's hypocrisy is evident, says Tehseen. Please respond to that.
I have not interrupted Tehseen Poonawalla, and his credibility today after what has happened on Twitter is at an all-time low, but leave that aside. Tehseen rightfully said, at least here I don't need to fact check him, that Hinduism is a great religion. Who said Hindu terror? it was Mr. Chidambaram, and saffron terror was also coined by the Congress leaders. In fact, Hindutva has been defined as a way of life by the Supreme Court. And who came up with Hindutva is like ISIS and Boko Haram? Salman Khurshid. Also, Tehseen, neither is Mr. Gehlot's son in PFI, neither is Sonia's son in PFI, but you all have defended the activities of such kinds of organizations time and again. And finally, you are a fake fruit, and forget seasonal fruit, you are a mixed fruit. Please tell me if you are not a mixed fruit. Digvijay Singh says there are good people in Bajrang Dal. Rahul Gandhi says Bajrang Dal should be taken off Facebook. Who's right? Secondly, Digvijay Singh says that whoever talks about Hindu Rashtra should resign, and Kamal Nath ji comes and endorses the Dhirendra Shastri version of Hindu Rashtra. So which one is right? Therefore, Tehseen Poonawala, with whatever credibility you have left, stop being a mixed fruit.
No, Tehseen, that's important.
Answer the question.
Tehseen, that's very important, because the 82% Hindus, there's no debate about Hindu Rashtra comment of Kamal Nath is also being seen in this light. That very clearly there's a concerted attempt at pushing a soft Hindutva narrative on part of Congress leaders in Madhya Pradesh. One second. Let
me just put this on record. I was one of the few people who told Kamal Nath ji that Dhirendra Shastri ji should be called, because we must engage as a society and as somebody who supports the Congress, and he has Congress, with all walks of life. People can have different opinions. Madhav, you can have a different opinion. As long as that opinion does not lead to violence or does not lead to suffering. Dhirendra Shastri has not led to violence. He has an opinion. It may be an opinion that's his, and you got to engage. Unless you don't engage, what am I? I'm a bridge builder.
No, but why are these comments coming just up ahead of polls? That's the question that many are saying. There's a change of gears very clearly.
Did Kamal Nath ji build the tallest Hanuman statue in the world just before the polls? Did Kamal Nath ji? Okay. These guys. Now, one second. Just share that. I'll take just 30 seconds. The Honorable Prime Minister, when campaigning last time for the Madhya Pradesh elections, went to Muslim mosques. So does that call itself Muslim appeasement? It doesn't. I have given Kamal Nath
very quickly, because I have to go across to other panelists. They have been waiting. Yes.
He said Dhirendra Shastri should be allowed in Madhya Pradesh. I gave this example to Kamal Nath ji. Rajasthan government booked Dhirendra Shastri for hate speech. Apologize for it. Rajasthan government has booked Dhirendra Shastri, Swami Dhirendra Shastri, Bageshwar Dham, Sarkar for hate speech. Apologize right now for it. Do it.
I'm allowed to. Can I please speak?
Yeah. Okay. Quick response.
The FIR was filed by a citizen of India. Are you going to deny citizens? They filed. Has any action been taken?
Citizens of India.
Okay. Okay, gentlemen, let me just come in here. And I want to in fact bring in some of our other panelists as well. Anurag Naidu.
I'll take 10 seconds.
Yeah. One second, please. 1 second. Let me quickly, because otherwise this debate will go back and forth between the two of you. Please, you've both had your say. Let others come in now who have not spoken. Anurag Naidu, simple question that's being asked today. Do you see this position taken by Digvijay Singh in direct contravention of the position that was taken by Congress in the run-up to Karnataka, and is this position tenable, particularly when it comes to national groups such as Bajrang Dal, because the activities are out there in the public domain? You either oppose them or you don't oppose them.
Well, absolutely, Madhav. I think you know it very well, Madhav. During the Karnataka elections, the Congress High Command and the top brass was involved in making a manifesto which clearly articulated the banning of Bajrang Dal. So the clarity of Congress High Command is very clear. And let's not take Mr. Digvijay Singh very seriously. His credibility is questionable, because particularly people like me who come from Andhra Pradesh, we know what he has done to Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, giving wrong inputs to the High Command. So we don't take him very seriously. But today, the interesting point that I want to make, Madhav, today is, whether it is my dear friend Tehseen or Nikhil, they've turned out to be spokesperson for Bajrang Dal, and they're putting all the good things about Bajrang Dal, and I really appreciate them. I really welcome this thought process. But let's also understand that Digvijay Singh, more than the fact that he spoke about Bajrang Dal, the truth is his problem is with the word Bajrang. His problem is with the word Hanuman, and that's where he wants to use this word Bajrang and Hanuman to encash into the votes, the Hindu majority votes that have been always voting for the BJP, and that's why you have the BJP government for the last 2 decades in Madhya Pradesh. It's going to repeat again, and there is also Rajasthan going forward, which again believes in the philosophy of Hindutva. So the whole point, narrative that Digvijay Singh is trying to peddle is the word Hanuman, Hanumanji, and Bajrang Bali. So nothing to speak about an organization called Bajrang Dal and all the big facts that Mr. Tehseen Poonawala spoke about. There is nothing serious about Bajrang Dal as an organization. The whole
there are questions. I don't think